Hello and welcome to today's Capping Corner. We are going to talk about the Sham Stakes for the second time. Our first recording had some troubles, and it's at Anita on Saturday. It's a five-horse field, and Life is Good is going to be the favorite for trainer Bob Baffert. And Life is Good broke his maiden by 9.5 lengths. That is very significant at 6.5 furlongs at Del Mar. So it was very impressive. He won on his own power. And of course, trainer Bob Baffert is very difficult to beat. What do you think of Life is Good?
Yes, life is good. Brock is maiden. He was very impressive that day. He showed a lot of early speed. I think this time he would have an uncontested lead since his stablemate, Minas Spirit, is running this time with blinkers off. So I don't expect a duel between the stablemates. And the distance 1 mile, I think, is fine for him. His pedigree is a minor pedigree. But okay, with Buffer, sometimes those horses never get tired. And I think Life is Good is not the best horse of this field. I think the best horse of this field is Parnelli. But this time, I think the distance is a bit short for him, and he would be the horse for the future, Parnelli.
I actually think Parnelli could win in this race. It just depends on whether Life is Good could get the 1 mile distance. But Parnelli on Time for US has a 111 for his run-out finish to Spielberg at Del Mar. That was 2 starts ago, and Life is Good's figure for his maiden win is 113 on Time Form US. Again, this could look different on other past performances, but on Time Form US they look pretty close together. And I also think that Parnelli has some speed too because he set the pace in that race against Spielberg. What do you think?
Well, Parnelli has been facing very talented horses. You see, he was second by a neck to Hot Rod Charlie, and Hot Rod Charlie was second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Then he was second by a neck to Spielberg. And Spielberg was he won the Los Alamitos Futurity last week, and then he broke his maiden by 5 lengths, 5 3/4 of a length. So this horse, I think, is going to improve each race since his trainer is a bit conservative, John Shearer. So I expect this horse keep improving, and probably in 2 months he would be very tough to beat.
I see. Well, I'm taking him now, but I'm saying Life is Good could win as well. Let's talk about Medina Spirit on the rail, who broke his maiden by 3 lengths at Los Alamitos. And generally, when Baffert starts a horse at Los Alamitos, it's kind of questionable because you have to wonder why did he start at Los Alamitos. But I don't know. I thought he did it okay. He won by 3 lengths, and he could be a good horse for Baffert. What do you think?
Well, I don't know what he beat in Los Alamitos, and I really don't trust those Buffers horses that run in this racetrack. Well, okay, he did okay. He won by 3 lengths, but again, I don't know what he beat. My concern is now that he's running without blinkers. That means probably he will let Life is Good go. So I don't think he's going to hit the board in this spot. I have another horses.
Do you remember Protonico? I don't remember what Protonico did in his career.
Well, Portonico was I think grade 2 or grade 3 stakes winner. He's by Giant Causeway, and he has a Chilean dam sire. You remember Wild Spirit? Yes, he was a Chilean champion, but I don't know. He's a freshman sire, but I don't expect too much of this sire. His stud fee is $5,000.
Okay, now let's move on to Uncle Boogie, who is in post 4, and he's by right on Curlin. Uncle Boogie was second in the Bob Hope, but he lost by 7 1/4 lengths to Red Flag, and Red Flag did not run well in the Los Alamitos Futurity. Before that, Uncle Boogie lost the starter allowance, and he broke his maiden in a maiden claimer. And I don't trust horses who broke their maiden in a maiden claimer in a graded stakes race or lost the starter allowance. But you think he could hit the board?
Yes, he broke his maiden in a maiden claimer. That's okay. But he always runs well, so the horse has some quality. And like you said, okay, he was second, a distant second to Red Flag in the Bob Hope. Red Flag, okay, was a disappointment in the Los Alamitos Futurity. But Uncle Boogie beat Spielberg in this race, and Spielberg then won the Los Alamitos Futurity. So I don't take too much into account those Los Alamitos races. That's a very weird track, difficult track to handle. So probably Red Flag runs again in Del Mar or Santa Anita and runs very well. So I don't think Uncle Boogie can win this race, but I think he can pick a piece because he will run again. He will be at the trailer, and he surely will run later, like the Bob Hope. Now, this is his first time over 2 turns. Do you think he can root? His sire, Right on Curling, was second in the British Stakes, second to California Crown. He also made the Derby and was sixth or seventh in the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
On white, I remember.
Yeah, the 1 mile should be okay for him. Right on Curlin over Magna Graduate, but I just don't think he can win. Like you said, this is a hard field, even though it's only 5 horses. I think Life is Good is a good horse. Parnelli is a good horse. I don't think Uncle Boogie can win if those 2 horses are in this race.
The last horse is Waspirant. Waspirant broke his maiden at Del Mar, 1 mile. He beat Ambivalent, and then he was entered in the American Pharaoh Grade 1 and was a distant fourth to get her number. Do you think he can rebound in this race?
No, he's too slow, but I do think he has a future maybe in 9 furlong races or longer because his dad, Life is Sweet, did win the 2009 Breeders' Cup Distaff, and he has Union Rags on top, so it's a route pedigree over a route pedigree. And I just think he's gonna want longer distances than 1 mile. He's a bit too slow at a 1 mile distance, I think.
Yeah, so probably in the Robert B. Lewis or Santa Anita Derby is 9 furlongs. Maybe he could show his potential.
Right, I think he needs more time to develop too. So I'm just gonna pick Parnelli. I know that Life is Good is a very good horse, and he could win on talent alone. But if you're searching for a prize, then Parnelli is the horse, and I think you should use both of them in pick fours. How about you?
Well, I think this time Life is Good is going to win the race at a very short price. Parnelli to me is a better horse, but in 1 mile, I think he lacks that early speed. You see, his fraction were slower than I think Life is Good is going to set. So I think Parnelli could be a very honest galloper. He would be a very good horse on 9 furlongs and longer. So this time I am with Life is Good and Parnelli in second place. For third place, I think Uncle Boogie can pick that third place, running if he runs like he ran in the Bob Hope.
Do you like to eat chalk?
No, but this time his life is good. I think it's the horse to beat. It's 1
Okay.
mile and the speed of the speed and buffer. So I think he's going to win.
Okay, that's our episode today for Capping Corner. Maybe we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching our show and tell us what you think.
Yes, the road to a derby. I don't know. Sorry.
Just say
See you
goodbye.
next week. Just bye.